Hi, my name is Terry Harrington, and I would like to welcome you to Technically Speaking. Technically Speaking is a monthly program produced by St. Clair County RESA and features the programs offered at the St. Clair County Technical Education Center. We will show you what's offered at Tech and give you the chance to get an in-depth look at the variety of learning opportunities here. You will also see what students are doing, and you'll even have the opportunity to meet many Tech students, the staff, and even some alumni. In this edition of Technically Speaking, we're going to take a look at the Metal Machining Technology program. In this classroom, students learn to produce precision metal products from concept to finished product. And despite the tough economy, there are many jobs in this skill area currently available here in Michigan, and the U.S. Department of Labor is anticipating an up to 13% growth in these jobs over the next 5 years. Metal machining is a very highly technical area, and Tech students gain experience using high-tech equipment and processes, including Mastercam, CAD and CAM, computer-aided drafting or computer-aided machining, software, and immersive engineering CNC software to complete the projects to perfection. Now that's a lot of technical jargon, so when we come back, I'll be joined by the metal machining instructor Dwayne Emick, who will help explain what all this means. Welcome back to Technically Speaking. We're out in the Metal Machining Technology Program workshop and talking with the instructor, Dwayne Emick. Dwayne, welcome to Technically Speaking.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here and the opportunity to be able to tell you a few things about our program.
So give us an overview of your Metal Machining Technologies program.
The metal machining program currently that exists here at St. Clair Tech is designed around a 2-year program. However, that's not to say that we can't take on a 1-year student, except for that student would only receive about half the program. The full enclosure of the program on a 2-year cycle is meant to give a student a strong foundational skills. We start them off with shop safety, of course, which is first and foremost. I want them leaving with all 10 digits that they walked in here with. And then we work in blueprint reading, we work in metrology, which is the science or the study of measurement. Because one thing that students find differently about this program is the accuracy and the precision in which we make our parts. It's unlike any others in the fact that close enough attitude doesn't work in our industry. It has to be exact. So we strive for perfection, and sometimes we miss the mark a little bit, but we still work on that and hone our skills. We then progress into some of the shop tools and equipment on the shop floor. We go into some handheld tools, drill presses, surface grinders. Then we get into the more elaborate machines, the CNC mills and the CNC lathes, and do some of the turning technology and the milling technology that we have here to offer our students. And that's all done through computer base, so not only will a student be able to work with their hands out in the shop, working on individual equipment, they'll also get the opportunity to work on some software through a computer and then go out and produce their parts that way.
So are you really preparing students for the engineering side or the manufacturing side, or is it a combination?
I would say it's a combination of both. I think to me ultimately the best engineer out there is a person who come up through the ranks of a manufacturer. To be able to understand if I design something for a certain reason or a certain way, this is why I'm doing it, and I can know the aspects of the machines as opposed to anybody can draw something on paper, but I may not be able to manufacture it just because I've drawn it that way on paper.
I know around these parts, you know, we really associate this with the auto industry, but are there a lot of other opportunities in addition to the auto industry that these students can go into?
That's one big fallacy I think that exists right now, is everybody thinks about manufacturing. And the first thing that pops up in their mind is the days of Henry Ford, the old 4 rubber tires. And I think we need to be looking outside of the box relative to the automobile, because there is so much more than in terms of manufacturing that these students have job opportunities and career opportunities waiting for them. We have the medical industry, as I stated earlier. That is huge. It's growing by leaps and bounds every time. We also have aerospace. Think of all the airplanes in the world that we're transporting and up and down. So there's a lot of need there, a lot of call. We also have alternative energies. Now, a lot of people don't associate alternative energies with manufacturing, but let's face it, Terry, everything has to be built and manufactured at some point in time. We also would have another great area in manufacturing would be the military or the government-based programs that are fighting our wars and currently supporting our troops overseas.
This is also traditionally one of those male-dominated programs. Are there opportunities for the female students too?
Yes, that's what I find very interesting is A lot of the females initially shy away because they say, oh, I don't want to get dirt under my fingernails, or they don't see themselves in a shop working. And there again, I think if exposure is the key. If we can have some of these young females come in, my classes do currently have a few ladies in them. I've had them in the past and they've been very successful. As a matter of fact, some of them have went well beyond some of the males that we've actually had in the programs when it comes to design and concept in this class.
Dwayne, not only do students learn a lot of skills in this program, but they also have an opportunity to demonstrate their skills through SCCRESA competition. Tell us about that.
SCillsusa here is a student club organization that we offer all of our students. It's a student club organization that is meant to get more of an in-depth look at exactly why some of the students are here. Most of our students want to pursue this occupational area. They want to become more involved and more interested. And this is one avenue that allows a student to take a greater in-depth look if they're really interested in the occupational area.
You've really had some students that had a lot of success in this here too, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Over the past few years, I've really pushed the SCillsusa only because I know the outcome. Reflecting back at my own experiences being a prior tech student, I actually was a SCillsusa student myself. Back then it was used to be called VICA, Vocational Industrial Clubs of America. They've since now changed the name. I went to the States. I took a bronze medal at the States. That's as far as I made it. I was very proud to do that. So to be able to come back here and teach what I'm now able to do and have share the same experiences for my kids, I get pretty excited about that because I know the ultimate goal, and that is the possibility of jobs and to further their education.
Now those kids doing the competition, they work on machines like we're standing in front of today, right?
Yeah, and that's why we chose what we did here today, Terry, is the machine behind me is a CNC machine. It stands for computer numerically controlled. It's some of the latest and greatest sophisticated equipment that these students are learning on in SCillsusa. One of the areas in which that they'll be competing is they have to program, set up, and machine a part in a machine just like this that you see here standing behind us, and they have 1 hour to do that. If that's not real-world application, I'm not so sure what that is.
Great. What have students been able to do once they've gone through your course, once they've gone through the competition? Where have they landed?
Most of our kids, just only because living at home, they go out into the local St. Clair County community and find jobs. And some of them want to venture a little bit further. We've had some great success stories. Only from SCillsusa has allowed them. At the state competition, for instance, they go on to nationals if they win states. And through the national competition out in Kansas City, Missouri, you'll actually see employers standing in line as these students win their gold, silver, and bronze medal, and they'll be handing them business cards. Please come work for me. Please see me after you graduate. Because these manufacturing business owners actually know that where would you go to find the best of the best? At a SCillsusa competition.
What an opportunity for your students.
Yes.
Now, if a mom and dad came up to you and said, why should my son or daughter consider joining the Metal Machining Technologies program, what would you tell them?
That's one that I face every day, Terry. What I would comment to you on is I would tell those folks that currently right now, Michigan, especially in manufacturing, has what I call an artificial black eye. Because we are so greatly in depth with the automotive industry being in our own personal backyards, a lot of the parents and a lot of the community is attached in one way, shape, or form with the automobile. A lot of the baby boomers, their generation is retiring, and we're not getting the amount of students to fill those positions and fill those jobs. Another thing that we've been greatly hit with, as you know, is the declining economy. How that's affected us is the fact that many corporations around us throughout the state, throughout the U.S. have closed their shop. Unfortunately, when that work returns, and at some point those shops become busy again, there's going to be fewer shops to actually take on the workload, which means these jobs are going to be in high demand for our students here coming through St. Clair Tech.
When we come back, we'll have the opportunity to meet a couple of Dwayne's students. They're going to show us how they make some of the parts and how these machines all work, so don't go away.